Arena, an NBA celebration of Latin heritage. We're proud to bring it to you here at 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, our reporter, Allie LaForce. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Miles Bridges.
Yeah, clearly his offensive output has been on a bit of a decline. Now, that could point to a lot of things, but mostly I think he's just putting his focus elsewhere on the floor, looking for other ways to help out his team.
Now let's check out the starters for Brooklyn. Porter Jr. and Clowney in at forward. Toure out there with Dimon. And it's Claxton in at the 5, down low. Here's Clowney. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Here's Dimon. And not too often we see a matchup like this one. Both of these teams are elite when it comes to cleaning the glass, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., and that's why I expect this to get physical around the rim, which will put the endurance of these teams' rebounders to the test.
And the Lakers with possession here, following the bucket by the Nets.
Well, you know, defensively, you try to keep LeBron out of the lane, but then he drops that on you.
Pass to Claxton. Here's Toure. To the inside. Here's Clowney. And it's blocked. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Shot's good by Iverson.
I don't think he's a point guard or a shooting guard. Iverson is a scoring guard. That's what he does. He can hurt you in a lot of different ways.
Here's Dimon. 15 in his last outing. And here's Porter outside. O'Neal pulls it in.
Tried to come right back at him with the 3. Not that time.
Almost 2 minutes into the first here. With the step back. Here's Iverson. Brooklyn pulls it in. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
They had a tough time beyond the arc. A lot of their possessions ended in missed threes.
And, you know, that's a big part of how they attack and win, getting it going from the three-point line. But at the end of the day, it didn't happen.
Here's Iverson. Following the bucket by Brooklyn. Pass to O'Neal. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Understanding the offense. O'Neal showing you his basketball IQ early in his career. That's promising for the future, too.
Down low. Here's Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Such confidence as a passer. He hits guys in stride. It makes it look easy.
Screen by O'Neal. Driving in. Iverson can't hit.
Almost too wide open there. That's like a warm-up jumper for him.
Porter. It's going to be on LeBron James. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Here's Toure. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Golden State. 4 on the clock. And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
And Brooklyn with possession here, trailing by 2. And the ball out of play, the Nets will have it.
Nets ball.
As we near the postseason, let's see where the West is shaken out. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Right now, they rank 3rd in the conference, aiming for a high seed in the postseason.
When I look at the Lakers, their focus is shifting now to the playoffs. Now, they could wrap up a good seed, and of course, it's a matter of playing their best basketball to close out this regular season.
Here's Dimon. He has a clear impact on this offense, putting up over 19 a game.
He has not been at his most efficient this quarter.
And there's the screen. Here's Bryant. There's the drive. And then Bryant with the dunk.
When he gets going downhill, any kind of momentum towards the hoop, it's really hard to slow him down.
Pass to Clowney. Here's Dimon, covered by Bryant. Here's Porter. Rebound by the Lakers. O'Neal's got 4 rebounds now. Bryant, the pass to Galloway. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Oh, I love watching him flush it home, showing how easily he can get off the ground and bang it.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunity.
One shot.
Nets trail by 7. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
And so the timeout by Jordi Fernandez here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. And taking a moment here, a look at the best rebounders among rookies over the last month. To the paint. Here's Clowney. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
The Lakers lead by 5. Here's Iverson. A 14-point game for him in the win against Indiana. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
First in shooting percentage, second in rebounding, and their defensive intensity was special. They were number 2 in the league in steals, just so good at being pests and remaining opportunistic on that end of the floor.
And you really can't emphasize enough how impressive their field goal percentage is. They run their game plan so well and know how to get the shots they want.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Here's Bryant, coming off a 31-point game against Indiana.
When Shaquille O'Neal gets the position he wants inside, it doesn't matter what the defense does. He's putting it in the basket.
Nets trail by 5. And Claxton throws it down.
Leading him right to the basket with a tremendous pass. Really good execution there.
They set the pick. O'Neal inside. He's guarded by Claxton. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Porter.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
And here's Bryant outside. O'Neal. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
And Claxton throws it down.
You have to be accurate there. Very little room for error passing on the interior.
Iverson passes to O'Neal. Out to James. Fires for 3. Tipped away. And they get it back. Fires from deep. Counted from distance. James has got his second basket on the night.
Oh, it's just waiting threes for them early.
Lighting it up from outside. Hard to keep up with this.
Porter against James. To the middle. It's going to be on LeBron James. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Tough call for his coach. Second foul already. We'll see how much the staff trusts him.
Here's what Los Angeles is going with right now. Brooks, he's checked in for O'Neal. And it's Watson in for James. Now here's Claxton. 8 points in his last time out. 6 to shoot. Touré. And Bryant pulls it down. And there's the 8-second violation as they can't get it across half court in time. Nets trail by 6. Here's Touré. No points so far. And Claxton gets the bucket.
Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Oubre, he's checked in for the Lakers.
Number 12, Kelly Oubre Jr.
And Brooklyn with possession here. 4-point game. Touré for three. Brooks with the rebound.
Already +5 in terms of rebound margin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
It's kind of crazy that they're leading, considering all their turnovers.
Already have 5 TOs. They just have to figure out a way to tighten this execution up.
James is checked in for the Lakers. Brooks comes with a double team. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Clowney's got 7 points. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds in time.
And that's 2 awful trips in a row resulting in turnovers.
Christie's checked in for Bryant.
Number 00, Max Christie.
Here's Dimon. He hits that one. 2 for 5 now.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And now a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys.
Let's give him a big round of applause. Your dad's team.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, and they got called for a 5-second violation.
Next ball.
Inside. Shoots a fadeaway. The Lakers with a rebound.
He hasn't helped the cause with his shooting, but his teammates have had his back.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for the 8 seconds.
Next ball.
Brooklyn has gone 1 of 4 from deep. And here's Claxton. 10 points for him. Pass to Dimon. Claxton, a screen on Christie. Here's Dimon. Now here's Porter. Fires the 3. Tips it. Great positioning on the putback. Clowney's got 9 points.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds in time. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for him.
He's been really dialed in from deep during these last 5 games, looking assertive and in control every time he rises up to shoot from beyond the three-point line. And it's been fun to watch.
Right side, Porter. Pass to Claxton. Hey, he's now 6 for 6. He is cooking right now.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Nets ball. Now into the lineup for the Nets. Walker. Luke Kennard.
Here's Porter. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Golden State Warriors. Claxton finds Porter. Here's Dimon. The three is up. Brooks with the rebound.
I didn't care for his shot selection that time. He needs to let the game come to him a little bit. Just relax, take your time, son.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
And he's playing way too loosely with the ball. They may need to sit him down for a while.
Really unreal, guys. I mean, he has enough turnovers to last through the next couple of games. And we're only in the first quarter.
And there's a defensive 3-second call. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
I like the defensive pressure they started with here. Now, they forced some turnovers, and it's given them an early boost.
Tell you what, they have outworked the opposition and have capitalized on the putbacks, bagging their own groceries tonight, boys.
And so he hits the technical free throw. There's nothing like the intensity of coming down to the wire when both teams are fighting for playoff position, Grant.
Well, you know, B.A., for these teams, what you did before doesn't matter. You have to give everything in this game. It's essentially a bunch of one-game seasons from here to the finish line.
Here's Dimon, and it's good. 2 points. Dimmon's got 6.
Yeah, their aggressive approach on the offensive glass has created second-chance opportunities.
Ultra impressive, guys. Caught them off guard, and they've taken the momentum in this game now.
And now a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players.
They're in the top 10 for field goal percentage. They pick their shots well and do a good job not forcing things on that end.
And you brought up their ranking in second chance points. That's so important to this team. From a physical and mental standpoint, they want opponents to know it's going to be a long night. Now, here is James. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Indiana. Now here's Watson. Defense right on it. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the free ball.
Brooklyn leading by 6. Kennard outside to the paint. Here's Wolf. Watson with a rebound.
The way they've gotten after rebounds has been impressive.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Now here's Brooks. 11 points for him last game against Indiana.
And he was relentless in that one. I mean, he wanted to be the first to every rebound and almost was.
Brooklyn's gone just 1 of 6 from downtown. Outside quarter. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Kennard passes to Porter. Here's Wolf. Launches the 3. Shot clock at 6. And out of bounds. Los Angeles will have it. As the playoffs draw closer, here's what the East looks like. You look at Brooklyn, a really frustrating season for them. They're looking forward to the draft.
I think for the Nets, they know what this month is all about for them. They just have to be aggressive and punch their ticket for the play-in. But that could be easier said than done.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds in time. All right, let's have a look at which team scored the most second chance points in the second half of the season. Brooklyn, second.
This team knows how to get it done on the offensive glass. And ever since the break, they've been putting in work and collecting a nice pile of second chance buckets.
Sharp with it. Checked by Brooks. Pass to Saroff. And here's Kennard. And the Nets miss again. Outside Christie. Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball. So the Nets making a switch here. Powell's checked in.
Number 4, Drake Powell.
Nets leading by 6. Kennard for 3. Hits the trifecta.
Already 6 of their points coming off second chances. Pretty impressive.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. And they got called for a 5-second violation.
Staggering amount of turnovers. This coaching staff cannot be happy.
Not at all, guys. I mean, all these mistakes and miscues have really hamstrung their effort.
Abaji's checked in for Powell. .124 left in the first quarter. That one goes in.
It's impossible to win when you give up second and third chances to score.
At some point, guys, it comes down to pride. Start banging on your chest and get after it from your heart. You got to at least offer some resistance. You can't just let guys do what they want in there.
And Los Angeles making a change here. Russell is checked in.
Russell.
1:11 left in the first quarter. Another shot, and it's laid up and in by Kennard. Kennard's gotten his second bucket on the night.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here in the first quarter, they have struggled with turnovers.
Well, that's the big reason for the deficit, Greg. I mean, they've had trouble squeezing the orange.
One minute left to play in the first. Oubre with a steal. Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball.
Brooklyn ball.
Brooklyn leading by 13. Outside, Williams. Pass to Sharp. Hey, expanding his range. And the basket by Abaji.
And they've quickly gathered 8 second chance points thus far.
Feasting on those backboards. I love that physicality.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds in time.
I mean, he's lost the ball 3 times already. Where's his focus?
Yeah, he's got to sharpen up because he's on pace for double-digit turnovers, and that's not winning basketball.
Kennard with it. Checked by Brooks. Kennard passes to Sharp, and that one is stuffed right through.
Really taking charge of the game, largely with a detailed interior attack.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
His turnover numbers are ugly. Now, it's not the only reason they're behind, but it is a factor.
Williams in the post. He's against Oubre. No problems knocking that one down. Agbaji's got 6.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team. 5 turnovers. When you get that many, you really are sabotaging your team.
Five-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Kennard. Off target with the 3. Lakers trail by 21. Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball.
Nets ball.
Fantastic ball movement for them tonight.
If things are definitely working offensively, a balanced attack is just so much harder to defend.
With 4 on the clock. And there's another one for Brooklyn.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Nets ball.
One second left. No good. Would have counted had it gone. We're at the end of the first, and what a blowout already in this one. Nets out in front, just dominating this one. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. Boy, the Nets have been rolling along, haven't they?
But what I love is the tremendous belief in their bench. They were looking for points, and their reserves delivered.
And you know, when the bench is playing such a big role early, that certainly allows the starters to stay fresh throughout the game.
And here's what the schedule for Brooklyn looks like. On Sunday, they'll be playing against Domantas Sabonis and the Sacramento Kings. And then on Tuesday, they'll be playing against LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets.
And you know, for that matchup with Washington, on paper, they should be expected to come away with a win. However, this might be one of those trap games if they aren't fully engaged.
They've got Kobe Bryant, and it's Iverson in at the 1. That's the group for the Lakers to kick off the second quarter. That'll be a 5-second call.
Violation. Nets ball.
For 3. And Galloway pulls it down.
One thing they've done well tonight, and that's rebounding.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure. But unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Well, Brooklyn's shooting at about 51% for the game so far on this one. Kennard passes to Sharp. Here's Wolf. He's covered by O'Neal. Out left to the wing. Wolf can't get it to go.
The defensive breakdown gives him a wide open look, but he can't take advantage.
Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball.
And for the most part, they take good shots. Top 5 in field goal percentage. This is a coach who preaches efficiency.
And while we don't talk about free throw shooting much, this team almost never wastes chances at the stripe. It's an overlooked strength for them. The Nets have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Now here's Kennard. Defense is right there. Wolf passes to Agbaji. 5 on the clock. Williams from long range. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
When you find some room, take advantage. Rise up and fire.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, and they got called for a 5-second violation.
And this is just really sloppy play. It's part of why they're trailing.
It may not sound like a bunch, but those turnovers are cumulative. Already 5 points given up off turnovers this quarter.
Here's Wolf. He's scoreless. Williams on the wing, covered by Bryant. Pass to Wolf. Fires the 3, and the net's another 3.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Here's Galloway. The putback. Kicks it out to Bryant, and stolen by Williams. Kennard outside. Pulls it. Sharp, no good. James with the ball. A 26-point game for him in the win against the Pacers in Indianapolis. And there's the 8-second violation as they can't get it across half court in time. And the Nets making a change here. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. And here's Porter outside. Misses his 4th shot of the night. Still hasn't hit one yet. Now here's Bryant. An important scorer for this team, averaging around 25.5 a game.
Well, guys, if you want to know why the score is what it is, look at their turnovers this quarter.
That's been the culprit, the turnovers. I mean, TOs, those kinds of mistakes have really kind of drained their confidence to this point.
To the middle. Here's Kennard. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. Kennard's got 8.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
3 minutes of action thus far in the second. Now James. He's got 6, and that's going to be a turnover. They call him for the 8 seconds.
If they can't control the ball, they're going to give away control of this game.
Just in this quarter alone, they've already given up 10 points off turnovers. That's really how you can gift wrap the game for your opponent.
James is checked in for Galloway. Now here's Kennard. He's coming off a 10-point game against Golden State.
And his free throw numbers tell you a lot about his performance. He was very aggressive.
Here's O'Neal, and they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. Brooklyn with the ball. They've scored 10 straight. Here's Sharp. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
He may not be the biggest center in the league, but he sure can jump.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds in time. And the 2K leaderboard looking at the best when it comes to field goal percentage. Pass to Toure. O'Neal pulls it in. O'Neal's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And there's the 8-second violation as they can't get it across half court in time.
They're being careless with the rock. Too many turnovers could cost them this game.
Yeah, you want to get a shot every time down. Even if it's a tough shot, any shot is better than no shot. You just don't want to turn it over.
Here's Toure. No made baskets yet.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
Here's Iverson, a go-to option for this team. He puts up nearly 17 a game.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated.
Coming up next, the Nets taking on the Lakers. For the Brooklyn Nets, they can't be too disappointed, playing over 500 ball the last 10 games. But this team feels they are better than that and look to prove it with a big win tonight. Lakers Nets is next, right after this. Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. With Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, I'm Kevin Harlan, and our very own Allie LaForce has the sidelines covered for us tonight. Let's see the stat sheet here for him.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage, and it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Porter and Clowney up in the forward spots. Torrey is out there with Demon. And it's Claxton in at center. And for the Lakers, Brian is out there with Allen Iverson. Then it's LeBron James. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Galloway in at the 4. Here in the final days of the NBA regular season, Greg, every team trying to wrap things up on a high note.
Yeah, and even the top teams doing what they can to head into the postseason with some momentum, right? While lottery teams want to finish strong and have something to build off of.
Here's Demon. It's 3-pointers off the mark.
And here's Los Angeles.
Iverson up top. Pass to Galloway. Bryant looking it over. Claxton with the steal. Here's Demon. Here's Torrey. And a wide open look for Porter. Off target from 3-point range.
Oh, for 3, not the start they're looking for.
Here's Iverson. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Pass to Demon. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're going to start the game with 4 straight misses. Look, that's about as rough as it gets. It'll get going soon. I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised he missed that.
Lets it go with a 3. It's hauled in by LeBron.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Outside Porter over James. The kick out to Porter. Moves back up. They grab their own miss. Pass to Torrey. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Demon. And finally, that one's good.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And RJ, you played 7 seasons in a Nets uniform. The most with any of your teams.
Yeah, it was a great way to start my career. Consistently in the playoff picture. It was really the most sustained success that the franchise has enjoyed.
Here's Demon. Following the basket by Kobe Bryant. That will not drop. Still looking for his groove. He's 1 of 6 so far from the floor.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
O'Neal. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Outside Porter. Porter can't get that one to fall.
And there comes a point when, for the team's sake, you might want to move it. He's hurting them with all of these misses.
Claxton with it. He's picked up by James. And it's Demon missing.
And to put things simply, this has not been his boy.
The drive by James, and James throws it down hard.
Okay, wow. Old man LeBron James getting acrobatic, putting on a show. I see you, big fella.
I'd like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their Connected Cam.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
On the wing, Porter hits it from three-point range.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Lakers leading by 3. They set the pick. In the corner, it's James. A jump hook. A rebound by the Nets. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
I tell you, they were drawing a lot of iron from the perimeter. Couldn't get the threes to go down. And really the story of the game.
They were bricking, they were missing, they were airballing, they were doing everything. Brutal night shooting for them when they couldn't even hit the broadside of a bar. They couldn't hit the ocean if they fell out of a boat.
Here's Traore following the basket by Kobe Bryant. Inside. Claxton, no good.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Iverson passes to Kobe. Pass to O'Neal. Shot clock at 5. And the dunk by O'Neal.
O'Neal is a force of nature. Once he gets it that low, it is a foregone conclusion.
Nets trail by 7. Now Claxton. Now Porter. James covering. Back to Claxton. Here's Traore. There's a screen. Over Iverson. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Lakers leading by 7. And here is Bryant. He's coming off a 31-point game against Indiana.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
Here's Traore following the bucket by the Lakers. Pass to Demon. To the inside. And stolen by LeBron. And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's O'Neal and Shaq with the slam.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, they're in control on both ends of the court, and it's always impressive when you build a double-digit lead in the first quarter.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Brooks checked in for Shaq. And now let's check out the standings in the Eastern Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. Taking a look at Brooklyn, their season nearly over unless a form of miracle happens.
And seeing where the Nets are, they're on the outside looking in when it comes to the playoffs. They need to put it all together in these last couple weeks, and they'll be happy with a spot in the play-in tournament at this point.
Here's Demon. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Golden State Warriors. Pass to Clowney. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They could use a bucket. Buries it from three-point range. Demon's got 5 now.
You know, not a good start for him offensively. Just 2 of 8 from the field, but his confidence has not waned.
Iverson kicks to Brooks. Kicks it out to Iverson. The offensive rebound, and Brooks gets it to go.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Here's Demon, and Galloway pulls it down.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
It also allows them to play inside out, which will make them even more difficult to defend.
And Brooklyn has possession after the basket by Los Angeles. Porter against LeBron. Puts up a deep three. Porter, no luck.
They're losing because he is struggling so bad, and he has not looked comfortable all game.
This one for three. Rebound the Lakers.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Here's Traoré. His last outing, he had 18 points. Pass to Porter. Here's Claxton. Brooks covering. Here's Porter. And Claxton throws it down.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive goal.
Basket good.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And we hear a lot about 6'11" Nick Claxton's effect on defense. RJ, what's your opinion?
Well, it's not just his rim protection, but he can pop out and affect shots in the mid-range. He guards multiple positions well, and his defensive versatility, that's not easy to come by.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. The Nets making a switch here. Let's take a look at the teams that have done a great job of converting turnovers into points since the All-Star break. The Lakers second.
And since the break, we've seen them ambush their opponents with that attacking brand of defense. And boy, have they reaped the rewards offensively.
Here's Demon. He has 5. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Kelly Oubre. And for 2 seasons running, Richard, the Lakers have bowed out in the first round. How do they change that and go further?
Well, now they've been able to balance this roster a little better, adding some size up front. That was something that really hurt them last year against the Wolves.
And Watson slams it in.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
Now, here's Kennard. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Golden State Warriors. And it's Demon missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Now, here's Watson. He's guarded close. Pass to Christie. Screen by Oubre. 5 on the clock. Christie can't make it.
I guess even he has. It's one of those once in a while.
Here's Claxton. Outside Porter. Looking to get it going. And finished off by Porter.
Whew. He is so quick off the ground. Porter just gives the defense very little time to react.
Here's Chase.
Oh, my goodness!
That's just insane.
Woo. Looking like his old man out there. Bronny James getting with it.
Christie against Kennard. Claxton inside. to Wolf. Fires from deep. And it's Demon missing.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easiness.
Brooks setting a pick for James. And the dunk by James.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Kennard on the wing. Defended by Christie. The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Demon. Offline with his three.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to three-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
Christie can't make it. And the call will be against Bronny James. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. The fourth team foul. Substitution on the court.
7 seconds left in the first. Pass to Wolf. Here's Saraf. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
And also, they're doing something you don't see as much anymore, and that is converting time and time again from the mid-range.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. We've got Sharp. Kennard is out there with Powell. Then it's Williams. And it's Wolf in at the power forward. Now, here's Kennard. Nothing on the board. Williams for three. It's hauled in by Watson. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Pacers. Brooks kicks to Watson. Back to Brooks. In the corner, it's Galloway. Off target with his three. Nets trail by 17. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Sharp with a screen on Bryant. Sharp, that's good. Sharp's got his first bucket of the night.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
On the wing, Bryant. He's guarded by Williams. Kobe on the take, and Kobe throws it down hard.
Lightning quick off the bounce. Bryant, one of the better athletes to ever play this game.
And the foul called on Kobe Bryant. That'll be his second foul of the game. Los Angeles making a switch here. O'Neal's checked in.
Now into the lineup, your Lakers.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Lakers foul, D'Angelo Russell. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Abaji. He's covered by Watson. Wolf shot's good.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
It's Russell with the drive. Bryant has the open look, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Bryant's got 11 points. Williams has a screen for Kennard. Outside Williams. Down low, 6 on the shot clock, and then Sharp with the dunk.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
O'Neal sets the screen for Bryant. Second shot opportunity, drained for 2 points. Bryant's got 7 now in this quarter.
No, he's been locked all the way in from the floor, and he's the number one reason why they're winning right now.
How about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball? And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
James checked in for Los Angeles, and he gets it to go.
Powerful move by LeBron inside, not letting anything stop him from getting his shot.
Kennard, the pass to Porter. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Lets it go from 14. It's hauled in by LeBron. LeBron's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Back to Shaq. Porter in the corner. From deep. Good on the three-point shot. Porter's got his third basket of the night right there.
Elite from the corner. Porter Jr. shoots a much better percentage from this spot.
Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you. Commissioner Silver talked about health, and he said that some of the injuries that our young players are experiencing are overuse injuries. In earlier eras, players in school participated in different sports depending on the season. He said perhaps a return to that approach is warranted. Back to you, Kevin.
Interesting thought. Okay, Allie, we thank you. Iverson's checked in for Kobe, and the Nets also making a change. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Sharp. So you think about game preparation for an opponent. Richard, how different is that in the regular season versus the playoffs?
Oh, there's a significant difference. Not as much time in the regular season. You could be coming off 4 games in 5 nights. But in the playoffs, there is so much detail position by position.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. And in a little over a decade, the Nets, GA, having to rebuild from the ashes of 2 super team iterations.
The short time span between shows how quickly they can turn things around. And with a treasure trove of picks in the coming years, they look to climb that mountain once again.
Wasted no time on that one. And the Lakers lead by 18.
You got to guard Russell out there, especially when he's roaming around those corner spots.
The Nets working the ball around now. Pass to Clowney. Here's Traore in the corner. Kennard with it. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, just phenomenal at using that vertical on the offensive boards. Porter just gifted at coming up with second and third chance opportunities.
Now here's Iverson. 14 points from him the last game against Indiana.
And how about the passing? We've seen this from him. He's just absolutely shredding the D to pieces right now.
It's the Nets now after LeBron James's miss. Pass to Clowney. Now Claxton. James defending. Here's Clowney. That 3 off the mark. LeBron outside. Claxton with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Nets shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
And he's good on the second. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds that time. And we can look quickly at a group of rookies having a very good run. The top scoring first-year players in the NBA.